The end of last Sunday, I was working. I was playing shogi. I want to play shogi. Let's go waste some money at the shogi parlor, which is over this way. I don't know why I went down this street. And see if we can't beat that challenge we were working on. I still remember it pretty, well, the progress that I had made, I still remember pretty vividly. So by pretty vividly, I mean I remember that I need to move my pawn there
Yes.
first in order to make progress. Because otherwise, he just immediately takes my bishop with with me not having any recourse. Fuck. I think I really want to focus on those pawns advancing on those lines because he has the rook on the one is a real problem.
Sha!
Weirdly, I don't think I made the kind of progress that I wanted there somehow. I must still be going too slow. Because what I want to do is set up my silver generals to protect the weak pawns on the side.
Yes!
So I'm just literally going to only move that one. That pawn is going to promote if I don't do anything. Unfortunately, there isn't anything I can do. Oh, no, I've still got my knight right there. He won't move it up. Hmm. That is a smart play. Oh, I forgot to finish making the moves that I was going to make, which was this guy here. Did he just place that pawn there in the middle of all those pieces? Does he not realize it doesn't have anything that it can do until it moves forward and then my bishop takes it? I mean, that being said, I don't have a direct way I can attack it yet.
Sha!
Oh shit. Yeah, that was actually a really smart play. Fuck. I have no way that I could directly attack that piece. God damn that knight. Ugh. Why didn't he put the knight in position first so I wouldn't have made the move that I made? God, fuck. I'm a move behind here. Oh, and then he just replaces the pawn. Okay.
Whoa.
Dude, the knight slap down into check is such a bizarre
Yes!
fuck. He's gonna take the bishop anyway. But I at least want the knight back as recompense. And his aim is to get that bishop promoted now, which is lovely. Which he does. Now it threatens all of my pieces. This is probably GG already. Just because I can't stop him from going on a rampage now and destroying everything that I built. These stupid, dumbass, worthless ass. Fucking. Yeah.
Sha!
I knew that was the outcome that was going to happen. The fuck is that? You put the silver general he just took right there to threaten my rook. Because he's a piece of shit.
Yes!
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, this game's fucking over. Computer's too smart, man. I think it's game over. Oops, no, I don't want to play a ranked match. No, 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 no. I can't back off. I can't back out. All right, fine. I just want to beat the puzzles. I think that the game is basically over. This fourth challenge is over, and I already said this last week. But you cannot let their bishop or their rook get behind lines. You just can't. Because you just, like, not having any gold generals just means that there's literally...
Sha!
There's just immediately so little that you can do. What do you think that that's gonna... I guess you get the pawn if you want it. That's so aggressive. Oh, I get... Well... That's just so aggressive. What are you doing? Stop! Trying so hard to use that bishop positioning that you have to, like, snake something from me, but I'm not gonna let you. Yeah, get the hell out of here, bro. I can't let him promote for free here, though. Bro. What is your peace development right now? And I'm gonna do the same shit to you. Oh, shit. I made a bad move. But, like... Okay. I say I made a bad move, but every time he places a pawn down, instead of moving his bishop into safety, is just baffling to me. Because I could still threaten it like that. And he's not actually achieving anything with his bishop sitting there like that. Whereas I am. With my silver general overextended. So I am going to threaten this back pawn by moving this pawn forward. Okay. The only downside to him taking that... Oh, but if he moves his pawn here, I just take it with my knight. Yeah, I'm going to take this pawn right here. And really apply some pressure. was actually a super good response on his part. But since I have the bishop here, I think it's time to trade one of my silvers for a gold. Although I lose the bishop in the secondary trade. Oh wait, he's got that knight in position. That would be bad. That would be really bad. But see, I can defend by moving a pawn up here, though, which he can't do. Or even this silver general. Nothing is actually defending this pawn right now from an attack from the bishop. That was smart. But I got a better one for you. Oh, that doesn't work. That does not work. Shit, I might have overplayed my hand here. Because getting the lance for my silver general is not worth it. I mean, yeah. Because he's just going to immediately play my silver general in a spot I don't want it. Even body blocking with a pawn here is bad because their next turn is so easy. I don't have any way to threaten anything that's more valuable to them that they can't immediately take back.
Oh.
Yeah. Like I said, that was likely to be the play there, no matter what. And I know he wants to put the bishop in the back line here to try to put me in check. But I have the two diagonals that my king is sitting on covered by this silver general and this knight. So as long as I don't move those two pieces, he can't try to backcat me and get an instant promotion. And cheat a piece out of me as well. So that's good. The only problem is I do not have a strong play on his king right now.
Yosh!
Wait, what was I doing? What was
待った
I doing? I thought the gold general was protected there, and it's not. This pawn is facing the wrong direction. So that was a big dumb of me. Okay, moved it to safety. But how safe is it really? Is it there, really? I mean, it's not. Now it can't get away. Yeah, it's dead.
Oche!
Oh, I'm dumb.
待っ
I
た
forgot about the knight. Wasn't looking at it. Shit. Oh, I really want to... I would really want to apply the killing blow to this fucking bishop, but I just don't have the piece coverage right now to do it. I can't move in the diagonal spots. I don't want to put it in front of a pawn. He put the bishop down in the only spot that he could. Why is he not worried about me taking this?
王手
Oh, fuck me.
待った
That positioning was so good. I didn't even see that. What is his next move? I mean, he's got the pawn right there if he wants it. Would he try to take the lance? Would he retreat? He has to know he's in a decent position of power here, and I can't block. I can't block all of his points of attack on me. I can only block one or the other. But if he takes that pawn, then that knight is under incredible threat. If he moves it off of this line, that would be terrible for him. But that's going to end up being his only choice because he has this bishop has nowhere else that's safe to go. All of its movement is covered if it doesn't take a piece. And if it does take a piece, then it's dead anyway. Yeah, I kind of figured that it would default to taking that piece right there. The downside, of course, is that he immediately can replay it and threaten more pieces. This knight isn't in significant danger of being taken. But this pawn is. I wish knights were stronger in this version or in this game. Knights and lances are both quite shit. Would he trade bishops with me again if I place this here? It's covered by the silver general. If he trades, then I threaten his rook as well without losing any coverage. And he has to move his rook. If he doesn't trade and takes the pawn, then I take his rook and he takes my bishop on the next turn without any consequences as well. So that is actually really favorable for him to just take the pawn because of the delayed setup on this move here. Because the bishop is the bishop at the pawn take is still in line to cover the rook. So when I take the rook with my bishop, then the counter take is still there. This also doesn't set anything particularly strong up right now. I think I'm just going to move my king up to try to defend the pawn. I was afraid that that would be the inevitable second move. Was dropping the silver general to take either the lance or the knight here. Probably both, because honestly, those pieces are not critical to my current infrastructure. I can't place the bishop in any significant location right now. And all I've really done is, I guess, sort of waste time. We can back the bishop off. But that bishop has no coverage where it's at. And I can threaten easily with a pawn advancement here, which the rook and the silver general both cover.
Sha!
How did I not see that? That is game over. Fuck. Yeah, that's super bad. Fuck.
Yes!
Yep, I forgot about the knight again. That's fine. Can't lose that rook. Can't do it. It's really bad. Well, I think things actually went pretty well there.
Sha!
Shit. Shit. I did not want... I wanted that here. Because I can't...
待った。
Well, this is bad. Just in general. There. Now it can't do that shit again. Now I'm going to take this fucker. Because it can't stop. He can't stop me. Yeah, there's the interesting thing about shogi is that pawns are actually incredibly valuable because of the way that they can promote and the way that you can place them to attack other lines that you normally wouldn't be able to attack. All of a sudden, it becomes a very interesting game just based on those two components alone. See, like, I wouldn't have done that if I was him. I would have recognized that this pawn immediately becomes fodder for my lance, which gets my lance the advantage against his lance.
Archer!
Okay, sure. I guess he just wanted... Oh, I see. But the problem is now my lance is so far forward. The only thing I can do is just take it again. Unless I threaten another one of his pieces, which is exactly what I'm going to do. He is in a really weird position right now. Where if I put my rook right here, there's nothing covering this square. He can drop a pawn, which is probably his best move, because this file doesn't have a pawn currently. But the pawn will not cover his bishop. It puts pressure on my rook, but then I just take his bishop. He has to do something that simultaneously defends his bishop. I guess advancing the gold general would be the best move in that regard. And if he did that, then he covers the bishop. It's covered by the king. So I can't take it with my rook. This doesn't have any backup. Pushing my rook to the pawn is bad. I wouldn't want to take the bishop with it. Okay, so we don't want to do that. I also don't want to lose my lance to a fucking pawn. Just because he had a bunch of extra pawns in reserve. I always forget that this play is not particularly good. I've made this mistake more than once in trying to win this challenge. So I think the better play actually is if we abandon this lance for the time being and put pressure on the bishop with the silver general, which the silver general is not an equivalent exchange, no matter what he tries to do here. If I push the silver general up here, the bishop still can't take it. It has to retreat and expend his turn. because I'll just push the Silver General right here next if it doesn't move. Even if he brings a gold general to defend, it's still a trade up for me taking his bishop and him only winning a Silver General. So yeah, I'm gonna push this. Yep, see? It doesn't get me out of my current predicament. So I still have the problem of how do I save this lance that's dead? But it does give me extra pressure right here. He cannot stop this move, and the bishop has to go further back, which is a scary situation for him to be in. Because then, nope, I still don't win. Hold on. I need to come up with a scenario where I can come out on top of this. This poor lance is so boned. I pushed it too far. I pushed that side too far too early. Fuck. I am at a significant disadvantage over there, and there isn't much that I can do that salvages it. Yeah, because yep. That bishop movement is actually about as good as he could have hoped for. Because the problem that we're facing now is the fact that the bishop is actually attacking my lance as well. So there's two pieces that are attacking my lance. All right. I don't have anything I can make. I can't pressure anything in an equivalent exchange situation here. Yeah. Fuck. This is just a bad situation. I can't even back myself out of the corner that I've put myself in here. There is not much that I can do. I thought about moving my Silver General here to body block and still threaten this, but there's no coverage on that square. I think I'm just going to have to let the lance go. Just going to have to let it go. It's a shit sacrifice for a pawn. But I'm just going to have to let it go. It's just the best move I could make at the time. So I'm just trying to scoop up as many pawns as I can right now. I think that needs to kind of be the end of my aggression on the front that I was just on. Oh, but if I don't keep the pressure up, he's gonna just go ape shit on me. Where's my hole right now? This bishop moving here, covered by the lance, I think. I think I need to work this silver general into the mix.
Yes.
And I was kind of afraid of him doing that as well. Fuck. Yeah, you know what?
待った。
Need to move him here. Shit. I was thinking so that I could do this. Of course, the problem is if he just moves one over, then he threatens 3 pieces that are all more valuable, even as a promoted lance, to take than what it's worth. So, yep, that's exactly what he's gonna do. I mean, I guess the pawn isn't really worth it, but I don't actually. So since the silver general is a bit of a linchpin right now, yeah. See, he can take all 3 of these pieces. If he takes the silver general first, that's fine. Because I could take it with the rook and get it out of my shit. But then he has my silver general. I don't think I can let him take that. I'll give him a knight. If he wants a knight, it's fine. He'll slap it down right here immediately to get it promoted and put me in check, which is not good. But I can counter. I can counter. Can't.
待った。
Oh. Archie.
Yep. And unfortunately, I set myself up for that. Does he have this piece covered? Did he just slap it down for fun? What the fuck is that? Why did he do that? Oh, he wants to cover his knight. I mean, you can do that, but I'm just going to cover... I'm just going to threaten your... Well, it's not threaten. I'm going to get it out of the way of danger of your bishop and cover my pawn and then move on your fucking dumbass piece down there. Yeah, see? He doesn't doesn't actually have anything to defend with here. What I don't want to give him is a free...
Oh. Sha.
Fuck. Yeah, that's it. That's gonna be worth.
参った
I just couldn't develop fast enough. Just couldn't develop fast enough. I'm gonna take a quick AFK and ponder my badness. I'll be right back. Okay. We try again. I go first. Block the bishop. It's not even that good of a block. It's just pawn on pawn, which is not that exciting. Let's try moving these up first. I need to figure out a way to get this pawn off my butt. Because right now I push, take, take, take. Bad trait. I need something. It's this knight, isn't it? I push. I knight. I pushed too early. I need this silver general here.
待った
You push that pawn up. But it's stuck. It can't move forward. Now the only problem with this plan is if you put. Oh, but I've got the pawn. We're good. Yep. See, he's stuck. He can't do shit.
Archer!
Except for immediately replay one of the pawns that he has. But if I go up 2 pawns for a knight, I feel like that's a good trade. That part of shogi is still the hard part for me to wrap my brain around. Also, the fact that you can't back pieces out of bad situations, certain pieces out of bad situations, is like really hard for me to cope with. I'm gonna make a hard choice here, though. Oh no, it's actually not that hard. It's actually really easy. I don't want to deal with that. Yeah, we'll have him move his gold general up 1. Sick and tired of those fuckers sitting in the back line as long as they do anyway. Alright, we need to make something happen here on this side of the board. He immediately drops the knight to ruin my day. Oh, he forked me. Wow.
待った
Wow, that's a good play. I hate how good of a play that is. I'll just make it before he does. Oh, that knight is a smart play. Fuck. I mean, but you can't move the pawn up any further because I've got the knight right there, so... You do you, boo. Okay. So, this is that weird play that I don't understand. Oh. It's still weird. It's still weird.
Oh.
He wanted the next... Oh, he walked me into that. He walked me into losing my rook. Wow, dude.
Mata.
I mean, I can't take back far enough to save this really bad situation. Well, I kind of can.
Yes.
Fuck me. Oh, he can move there? Oh, nope. This game's over.
Maita.
Forgot. They move like gold generals. Man, he just fucking walked me right down into that fork. Nothing I could do.
Sha.
I'm like legit impressed that he managed to do that shit. This game develops exactly... I feel like this... Yeah, the interesting thing about these challenge matches is that they develop the same way every single time. If you move a certain piece one way, then the computer is going to do the same exact counter move every time. I moved the wrong piece, didn't I? Hold on. I don't want to waste my takebacks.
Maita.
I made extra moves myself there.
Yes.
So on this left-hand side, when he moves there, I want to threaten with the knight. I want to threaten with a general. And I also need to cover this space. So that if he pushes when I threaten, I can take, and the rook can't take me back. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 moves.
Oh.
Ugh.
Mata.
remember how I actually... I forgot how I dealt with this last time. Because he wants to take my rook for free. I just put like a pawn right here, didn't I? Yeah, and there comes the knight. But here's the shit we have to be wary of. This is the point in the match where things can go really badly for me. Because he's still sitting on that knight, which is just a weird... It's a weird check situation that can go really badly for me. Last time I pushed this pawn to threaten the bishop. And I think I tried too hard to follow it. I also need to get out of any situation where I might be forked. So I think I need to move this here. That's fine. Because it's not like this... Oh, this pawn does have coverage from the knight. Oh, this silver general is boned. Yep, the silver general loses. I can't save it actually.
Matta.
That pawn placement is good. That's really, really good. Because right now my silver general is totally trapped. Let's give him a way out. See how that... I see how that changes things. Interesting. So moving my silver general here doesn't really help much. My knight is still covering this square, so it can't move forward. But I can't attack it where it's at either because he'll trade his lance for my silver general in a heartbeat. Maybe that's not entirely true. Maybe going here is not actually a terrible choice. Because then I can push my lance. He doesn't actually have coverage on this piece other than his lance. So he would either need to get something there via... Oh, he can't because it's his pawn. I think this is actually a really great move. He moves the gold general up, but that doesn't delay me from just making this trade. And if he wants to go lance for lance here, that's fine. Oh, he did the same thing to me that he did last game. Which is just put another obstacle in my way that I am a turn behind being able to deal with. Oh, I get to do the same thing back to him, though. Okay. I mean, you can put that pawn there, but I'm going to threaten your gold for my silver then, which is actually protected by this pawn. Is this covering anything important? It's covering one piece right now. Why is that? Why would you do that? I mean, I guess if I move here and they do gold and then I take, then they can take my... No, but that's covered by the bishop. This seems like a bad play.
Archer!
It was a good play. It turned out it was a very good play. Because now I can't cover this silver general. My bishop doesn't have any... Well, like, what the fuck ever. I'll place this new gold general I got right the fuck here. Then what do you do? If your ultimate goal is my bishop, I'll race you. I'll race you, motherfucker. This bishop doesn't have shit it can do. It actually doesn't have anywhere that it can go without dying as well. Well, yeah, it doesn't have anywhere it can go without dying. If I place this here, and nothing in the area can threaten my gold general fast enough to stop me from just taking this piece. This thing does move. Hold on. Yeah, it moves to the left. You just went for it. Damn, bro. Hardcore. I don't like that he still traded up a lance on me there. Can this thing do any more damage? No, but he has a silver general and a bishop sitting in his pocket right now, which is not good. I think I have to be aggressive here. Okay, so now he's trying to set something up. So I need to figure out what he's trying to set up and shut it down. Or be hyper aggressive and just move in on him anyway. My rook is just in such a bad spot. How does he screw me? I honestly don't know. My king is too open. His king is surrounded by his generals, except for the one that I have, which is attacking from the front. I just know he gives it to me good here somehow, and I don't like that prospect, but there isn't isn't a lot I can do except... Like, I can't... There's so many pieces around his fucking king that it's hard for me to even make egress on it. I guess maybe that's the thing that I don't do well about shogi, is I don't just, like, surround my king with sacrificial pieces. Because I'm used to that being the king's death. But the way gold generals can cover squares is so strong. I feel like none of my movements, none of the things that I'm looking at and being like, how do I maintain control of the board right now with his promoted piece and with his sideboard that doesn't immediately give me that I like. I need... I need something to attack with that is safe, that I can get away with without being immediately counterplayed. You know what I mean? And the AI is smart enough that it's not going to make a stupid mistake. I want their fucking rook. I want their rook so bad. I think I basically have to make a play on that. I've been considering this move for a hot minute. It's doubly useful. Not only does it threaten the rook, and if he moves the rook, then I just immediately take the lance to get my bishop promoted, and he cannot fight back. But it also adds some coverage to the gold general, which currently is just out here in no man's land, just not sitting in an immediately threatened square. So, like, it's dual purpose. His best move is to try to advance a pawn to try to put pressure on me. He can also block with his knight by moving that up preemptively, which I cannot counter. But it also isn't covered in that square. So if he does, it's a dead knight, and then he has to move his rook anyway. So it's not really a good delaying tactic. He can't place a pawn on either of the files that are between the bishop and the rook. He's already got a pawn here and here. He could move the pawn up, but once again, not a good delaying tactic because it's not protected in any way. So the only other thing he could do is place his bishop in the back line that's from his backboard back here to cover it, or the silver general. Either of those plays would be fine, but that gets those off the sideboard and still leaves me in a better position than he is in. And it takes pressure. It takes pressure off of one of those pieces dropping back here where I can't defend against it. And he moved the rook. So I think that was, like, absolutely the right play. The only problem is, with it stuck in the corner there, how do I capitalize on it now? How do I capitalize on the aggression working? And I think that... I do that. Oh, man, I've got a pawn in this file already. Okay. This is really tense because that was pretty much the best move for him out of that. But we're back to how do I apply the pressure that I need to apply with the pieces that I have. Yep, that piece is moving closer. Is he going to try to put me in check? Also, him not attacking me there was probably the smartest thing he could have done. And then he went ahead and did it anyways, which I find particularly odd. If I take this, he's just going to place that pawn right back down. I want a piece that has more.
Oh.
Yep, see, I kind of thought that's what would happen. But I'm kind of trying to bait this gold general out of its position where it is right now. Oh, but I can't let this piece sit. That was... Thought about playing the bishop up because then I could just back off and take this pawn too. Which is currently unprotected. Maybe I'll do that. Oh. Interesting. That's a good play. That's a good play. This will be too little too late, won't it? Because he'll just take the lance, promote, and promoted lance. Fuck. Functions as a gold general. So yeah, then he'll get the covered check on me. Even if I threaten the knight. Yeah, this is not good. I can't lose this bishop here. So he'll have two gold generals in my back line, which aren't that threatening. But I can... No, this is bad. This was a... It's a smart choice not to replay the pawn here, because replaying the pawn does not threaten him nearly the same way. Unfortunately, I just don't have the backline strength right now to defend. And And if I'm not careful, I can end up mating myself here. In fact, if he takes down and I move here, no, that wouldn't be mate. I could move here. Oh, actually, if he moved there, I would just take it with my silver general. That's kind of why I think moving here, even though it doesn't get me a piece out of the exchange, putting more pressure on these squares right here means that whatever we trade is potentially in my favor. Because if he takes Lance and I take nothing, and I have to move my king up, then he has the choice of trying to keep me in check. Oh, wait, that's not actually a safe spot. I have to move here. I have to take something back. It's going to suck having to back off and lose positioning here, but he can't. Shit. He can chase, but I can. If he chases here, I have enough squares covered down here. I don't have this square covered. If he moved a piece up here, I would have a very hard time retaliating to that. But I'd have a super hard time retaliating to that no matter what. This gold general isn't even covering anything where it is, so I could just move it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take the pawn. And we'll play this out. How? Oh, this is a safe spot. Well, I'm pretty sure this is better than backing off this way. Replace the lance again to try to pressure me again. Which is smart, don't get me wrong. I really need to start applying check to this fucking king, though. I'm in trouble. He's got a lot of pieces that he can play with right now that is none of them are good for me. And I don't want to just start throwing pawns at his shit. He went through with it? I guess he just wanted that silver general. Yeah, that's check, all right. And now he's got a promoted bishop. Yeah, see, this is the fuckery I was waiting for. I have very little time to react here and do anything meaningful before he starts setting up a checkmate. See, he just covered these two squares so my king can't escape. Which means I Also, he's threatening my gold general for the first fucking time in the game since I put it there. Which means we've got to do something meaningful here. Does making me move this help him win? I think it does. Yeah, he's trying to set up the rook to be able to get in here and ruin my shit. Problem is, I've got a lot of pawns now, bud. So I can just cover my bishop's positioning here and get a piece on the board at the same time. And that's a win for me. Damn it, I'm fucking dropping frames today. Why does Mediacom have to fuck me on Sundays? They were doing shit yesterday too, and traffic wasn't working the way it was supposed to. Why can't they just fucking fix their shit during the weekdays? During the 8 to 5, when I'm not home and I'm not trying to do this. I don't understand. And my fucking headset keeps disconnecting. Come on, man. Not even touching it. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do here. This is super tough. The lance here gets me check without risking a piece. And I can start to push in on this shitty setup that he's got built up here. These gold generals do not protect this back one. And if I had a piece that I could fucking move in and do damage with where it is, oh, that'd be so good. I think I'm gonna threaten him. I've got pawns that can cover the bishop if this... I expect this will go approximately the way that I imagine it will go. But this is more about me. Oh shit, his silver general's right there. He can just back corner take it. So this is not as good of a plan as I thought it was. That's a bad plan. Although it would take pressure off of, and then I could take it. If that's the choice that he made, it would take pressure off these front squares here if he moved it back, and then I can just take it with the gold general. Which would be fine because that's one less more powerful piece that he has on his side. I think I'm gonna bait this and see if he'll do it.
Yes.
Now you've done it.
Sha.
Oh, but I did not cover my bishop. So I lost the bishop game, which means I lost the game. The game is now over. Fuck me.
Yes.
Yep, the game is now over. I made a very bad. Oh, I'm just making mistake after mistake now.
Sha! Archer!
That's a great goal general play there. Yeah,
Yes!
there's nothing I can do to stop this shit. It's over.
参った
Ugh. There was a bit of a downward spiral there. Like, I don't know. I forgot that him taking the bait there wasn't actually bait. I just made one bad play at the end. I shouldn't have placed the lance there as bait for the silver general because I forgot the silver general had uh I forgot that him moving that there didn't, if he took it, then it would just be a loss and I wouldn't be able to save the bishop. So I just made a bad choice.
Sha!
I should have just covered the bishop and continued on. Had I been able to put him in check without him being able to immediately remove check by taking the piece, that would have given me the turn advantage that I was trying to get by doing what I did so that then I could still cover the bishop the next turn. But because he immediately took my piece and I had to take it back, then it becomes a wash and I just yeah, just forgot that. Just kind of let that out of my mind long enough that I made a mistake. Very easily avoidable mistake.
Matta.
Man, that's a really strong move. I was wondering if maybe it was too late for me to make that play, but it wasn't quite too late, fortunately.
Yes!
Oh, I did the same thing I did last time where I fucked one of my silver generals out of moves.
Matta.
Boy, he's still stuck if I don't move a piece over there, eh? This is even too late to help him. What was the other move? What was the move I made before? Oh. Oh, yeah, that's just too aggressive. I just can't do that. All my takebacks are gone, which kind of blows, but I just need to focus on this side of the board then. So now he doesn't even have his knight pushed up now. That piece doesn't actually threaten my piece. I have to remember that. Pawn's not attacking diagonally is one of the hard things for me to remember in this game. You just went ahead and promoted it, eh? That's fine. We'll play the take-backsy game. You know what? This actually opens up my rook finally to do something in this fucking game. Because, like, if I send his... Oh, I gotta be careful, though. Ooh, I gotta be careful. If I go here, that's bad news bears. But if I go here, he can't do shit about me. And gold generals attack like that, which is fine. I can't take it, and I can't take the knight. But I have a promoted rook, which is better than a rook, better than an unpromoted rook. Which is basically the main reason that I moved it down there. And he can cover with his gold general. That's totally fine. Totally 100% fine. It can't attack me where I am. His shit is stuck. And I'm going to go ahead and make this move. I see. But see, the thing is, my friend, you have forgotten about your poor Knigget, which I am now going to place you in check. And you cannot defend, no matter what you do. This is an unfortunate choice. Okay, actually, that was really fucking smart. But see, what I've done now is I've broken this, like, bullshit, this bullshittery that he had. I'm calling it bullshittery. I think that's the technical term for his piece formation in this game. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it's the technical term. And what I'm gonna do next is fucking threaten this dumbass bishop and get it the fuck out of my bullshit. And sure, like, yeah, you move it there. That's a great move. I'm not gonna complain about that. There is nothing at all. You'll accept this minigame? This is a good one. I like shogi. I've been playing it for 2 hours already, which is too long to play shogi. I'll just tell you that right now. But yeah. Okay, so my rook still isn't actually threatened, which is super funny to me. Oh, but I could see how he could doom me here in a second. If he moves his gold general here, I have to finally sacrifice my rook. So we need to make a play. We need to make a play, and because I know that... Oh, that would be bad. We don't want to do that. Yeah. Yep, it takes strategy. Okay, so get this. Check this shit out. Oh, no, he can take with the gold general, and then that's bad. Yeah, it is. It's sort of similar to chess. It's sort of similar to chess. How's it going, Watchman? Let's see. I gotta get my rook out of there. I can't fuck around back there anymore. I did the damage that I could do, but it needs to get the hell out of there. It's in trouble. It's in trouble. He doesn't... Well, I don't know. I could make some additional plays before that are nerve-wracking for him before he completely gets any safety here. Oh, no, I don't want to risk. I don't want to risk him being like, I don't care that I lost that pawn and something else is threatened. I need to kill the rook. I can't risk that. So we just need to get him out. We just need to get him out. If he moves that gold general right here, then well, he'd have to move it here, right? Before he can move it down. And here it's totally unprotected. Yeah, he does not have a move besides placing a pawn next to the knight that's protected that would force me out. Okay, so if he blocked, it's too hairy. It's too hairy in there. We need to just get out. We just need to get out. I'm not gaining anything from him sitting in there anymore. So let's just get him out to safety. Yep, and his gold general moves back, which is fine. Everything's fine. See, now the funny thing about placing that gold general there, though, my friend, is that I can't do anything about it immediately. I can't cover this pawn that he's threatening. I want to cover the pawn that he is threatening. How do I... Do we just do this? What's his big brain play? What is he working towards here? He needs to either get his rook or his bishop active. He places a pawn. Not exactly what I would call big brain. But I have a bit of an advantage here. Where I can place this here. He can't stop me except from moving the pawn up. He can't take me. What does he do? What does he do if I place this here? Move the gold general over to attack me? Yes, I have made many mistakes because of that specific thing. Yep. I wish that the sides were colored as well. Very much so. I struggle a lot with just the pointer being the distinguishing feature of the pieces. I lose track pretty quickly of the actual board positionings of important pieces because they're not colored. Does this get me anything? It just gets me moving his gold general back away, threatening my piece. I don't that move is not advantageous to me, unfortunately. I need a different move that is advantageous to me, which is probably forcing him to choose whether or not he wants to. Right? This is covered. Even if he trades, that's not a trade in his favor, and I start going nutso on his back line. Try to eliminate your own piece? Yeah, definitely. The only thing this doesn't leave me with, well, I can still attack here. I think this is the move. Oh, and he went for the check, but he's not forking anything, so this knight move seems super weird. The only downside is I do have to deal with it, so I will deal with it thusly. And then he places the pawn. The pawn, the pawn, the pawn. To try to attack, which I understand the desire for. But unless he is setting up something huge brain here. Ah, I see. He has enough pawns to bait my piece. But see, now this one is an easy, I just back off. And if he advances the pawn again, then I retake it. Like, I feel like this is 100% trying to bait me down the line of just taking his pawns. Or not covering the general anymore. But I still cover the general here. I don't lose any. He just loses 2 pawns in this exchange. Why is he doing this? What is his aim? I'll play it out. He still took it. Does he not? He just wanted my silver general really bad, but didn't realize that. What does he gain? And then he just wants to lose this pawn too? Does he not understand how powerful this rook is? And now I'm threatening his... Well, that's actually not... I'm not threatening it very much at all. Bro, what are you doing? What is your game plan here? Yeah, that's fine. Took you a really... He's out of sideboard pieces now. Took him a really long time to throw that silver general down. Like a weirdly long time. And I want him out of sideboard pieces because that means if I can get rid of this knight that's in my back line, he doesn't have any way of aggressing me quickly. This is a challenge that I've tried about 30 times. This is challenge 4. I don't actually it's the AI name is in the upper right corner. So First Dawn, I don't know what rank that is as far as how many ranks there are, but I have been trying to win this challenge for a while. And I think I finally just broke this dude. And I think he's just giving up because this is another bad pawn advancement that he can't cover and doesn't appear to do anything other than stall me for a turn in not taking his knight. And I guess he probably just wanted a pawn on his sideboard so that he can counter. He wanted a pawn on his sideboard so he could cover the knight for a turn. I see. So he was just trying to press not having an advantage. Okay. I see. Because I can just... do this. And he doesn't have any pieces that are in a position to take anything. And he moves his gold general back. That's fine. That's fine. I think I might have broken. I think I might. And I mean, he had to do that. Yep. Okay, here we go. Now I just have to win. Now I just have to not make any mistakes and fucking win. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Let's just focus. Focus is the key. How do I continue to take advantage of my board position without letting him take pieces of mine? That's the key. Because this game can swing back in his favor really quickly if I let him take my shit. But if he can't take my shit, then he can't win. This is a hyper-aggressive move here that I actually really want to make, but I'm not going to. But just because I can't think of all the ways that it plays out, but this is a very aggressive move. This is also a very aggressive move, but would accomplish one of my goals, where he cannot take my piece. Oh, actually, this is a terrible move. This is a move that you should not make. This is... Welcome, class, to moves that you don't make in Shogi. You don't place a gold general next to a rook that it actually can't take because they don't take backwards diagonal. That would be a very, very, very bad move. Let's see here. How do I set something up? How do we? I have a lance, a knight, and a gold general. The lance is super tempting to use to attack this way, because his silver general is not worth it. So he pretty much but he can't move it. It is defended by 2 pieces currently though. So even if I took the first, he could knight trade to get the second one and then put my silver general in to a bad position. So we don't want that. On the flip side, once again though, I really don't. If I can avoid it, I want to set myself up in a position where he really can't afford to trade. That would be the objective. Like placing a knight right here, where I can take this pawn. Well, I mean, he can trade, but it's a big lost trade if he does. He can take the silver general, but I push my bishop in immediately and counter trade. So he gets a knight in exchange for his pawn and his silver general, and my bishop gets better positioning with no threat of losing that positioning. Oh, actually, he can't. He can't do that. I can threaten this pawn all the fuck I want. He can't do shit about it because his silver general is forked with my promoted rook right now. How would he maneuver to try to make it so that I can't take that pawn for free and then promote my knight? He wouldn't. He has no choice but to take this up his butt. Great. Oh, okay, sure, yeah. Move the pawn up, which it's now not protected, which it was the goal of the scheme anyway. Totally fine with that. Totally. In fact, I'm so fine with that. I'm gonna place my gold general right here. No, because that knight is a problem. The knight is a problem, and it's being guarded by the bishop, which is a problem. So I need to find a way to attack the bishop, which is currently protected by the king, without retribution. I think we know how we do that. I think we know exactly how we do that. He can have this pawn, but if he takes this pawn with his silver general dies. His silver general dies a horrible, terrible death. And by that I mean goes to my prison and I place it on the board on my side. In exchange for 1 pawn that he gets, and I have power over his side of the board. Because I'm going to take it with my promoted rook. And then that puts him in check. Bad check. The kind of check you don't want to be in. Scary check. Spooky check. Let's try it. Aha! Oh, but I did unfork it. That was the other thing that happened because of that move. Is I did unfork it, which is okay. I can let it run wild and free. I'm okay with that, I think. But I need to pressure him taking my shit. No. Lance, check. Knight, bishop, silver general, all still available to take. which means I need more friends in helping situations. I can't push this silver general up. I need this bishop. Oh, wait. Hold on. This is almost a good move. I need this bishop in a position where it can't retaliate. Oh. Oh, wait, I've got a fucking pawn in this file. Shit. I feel like this is where the really tricky shogi happens, because it's like, what exactly is the intended process for determining your next move in a position like this where the board state's neutral? No pieces. This pawn is currently being threatened, and he's taken. Well, this is why I was never like super good at chess, is because when we get to this point in the game, you have to step back and really start analyzing the entire board, and I'm bad at that. Understanding where points of vulnerability might be, what potential attacks might develop, where defenses need to be shifted in order to prevent them, is super hard for me. I get real smooth brain when we get to the mid game of most board games like this. Why is my headset keep disconnecting? What the fuck is going on? Are you gonna be okay, headset? What's going on, buddy? Do you just want the other battery? Are your contacts worn down? What's up? What do you need from me? That's Dan's master. Messed with my... Dan's doing it? Dan. Damn you, Dan. It's working. He's totally in my head. Shit, man. Oh, boy, howdy. And, like, I could do corny shit like this. But this doesn't give me an advantage, you know? I'd have to place it and move it. And even then, ultimately, that doesn't really help me all that much. I really liked the lance idea. Because the interesting thing about the lance idea here is he has to use one of his other pieces to defend with. The gold general could just block and he'd be safe. The bishop or the silver general could take and then get taken by the pawn. And then whatever piece didn't take could take again. I would not use the promoted rook to advance any further than that. Oh, man. I almost think I have to play the lance in the back line, but I need more threat on the board so that I can make that play while he's still recovering from a previous loss. What I really want to do now that that silver general isn't covering the bishop and the only thing that's covering the bishop is the king is make a lance play down the side of the board to get it promoted and threaten both the knight and the bishop where they can't do anything about it until... But the problem is I just don't have the backup for that. I think what I need to do is focus on the left side of the board a little bit. See if I can't make a play on this dude's rook. The only tricky part about that is the way my pieces are positioned right now, I can't. He could get really aggro and countertake any aggression that I make on this point, this pawn. Like if he pushes his rook to take whatever piece I take, I could make it tempting even with the silver general because that puts it on his board and he has nothing on it or on his back on his reinforcements. Puts it in his prison. Is that what it's called? It's called a prison, right? Capture. It's probably called a prison. I mean, it's capturing the piece, right? I don't know. That's probably what it's called. I'm gonna call it the prison. It may not. It probably has a term. It's not detailed in these rules. We're gonna call it the prison. If I capture his pawn and then he has an incentive right now because his prison is empty to trade his rook for a valuable piece like a silver general. Not as much so the knight. But the thing is, if I take and he doesn't do anything about it, I have to continue aggression on this side. By moving my other silver general up to see if I can make more plays. I'm going to try it. He moved his king. He moved his king? He moved his king. I wasn't expecting that. To be totally honest. I think I'm going to give him something to chew on. I think this is the actual play. Now that I've got the silver general here and it's covered by the knight, I think I can use the silver general to cover a lance strike deep into his territory. He'll either move the rook out of the way, which is fine, but he cannot cover both the rook and the knight. There is nothing he can do that covers both the rook and the knight. His only choice, he could counterplay by just saying, fuck it, I'm taking my lance, and then I trade up to his rook. Otherwise, I get back in there and I get his knight, and I place another knight on the board, and I start causing mayhem. I already know exactly where I would put my knight if I get to take it. He can move it to either the left or the right to save his rook, but neither of them will save his knight. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to place this here. That's fine. That's exactly... In fact... That's even better. That's an even better move for me. Because now what does he do? His rook isn't... How does this move? Oh, I can't take either one of those. That's fine. Because now I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to place this right here. And I'm going to fork his king. And I'm going to take another one of his gold generals for his knight. Because that's just what I want to... What? Oh. Is that what I want to do? I want more gold generals. And I don't care if he has one of my knights. Right? This is tough. I want that fucking rook. Is what I want. Oh. Hey, Mr. Rook? You're not... You can't stop me from doing this. But I do lose my promoted lance if I commit to this. Or no, because if he tries to aggress on this and I take, what does knight promote into? Gold general. So it would cover this piece. Bro. I think that's the play. We fork him again. Make him choose between the rook and the lance again. And then I get coverage for this piece that I put in too deep anyway. Yep. I mean, he has to move it away like that. He doesn't have a choice. You know what? Okay, that's actually fair. I forgot that it wouldn't cover the other way. That's fine. I can't take it back, so I mean it has to be fine. I still got his lance. I have to keep developing on this side. That's the smartest play he could have made. Unfortunately, with his rook just kind of chilling there, I'm going to continue to put pressure. What is that bishop looking at? Okay, that back silver general. I cannot move this guy. That bishop would have a free way in if this pawn moves or isn't covered by the silver general anymore. So I have to keep, until he threatens this pawn, I got to keep an eye on this pawn because he's still trying to get a line in right there. Okay, he pushes. Yep, he pushes again, which is fine because my whole goal is to kill this fucking rook. So I don't care what he does with the pawns. The pawns are not my maneuver. My maneuver is on this rook's life. And so I am going to go here and continue to limit those spaces that he can maneuver. And once he's not covering this pawn, my lance takes it. Boom. So now his rook has retreated. I have a silver general that has promoted into a gold general, which makes it even more deadly for this rook that he's trying to hide. Yep. I mean, and that's the play, is to try to put pressure on this lance. That's a smart play. But I've got this guy here to back it up. I don't even have to put this piece in this much danger. I could just promote this guy. I could also promote my bishop. How much does he value getting rid of a promoted piece like this? He busted out a gold general. That's another one away from the right side trying to attack me now. So these two are covering for each other for the time being. I'm going to sally. Oh shit. I am going to attack the rook with my knight. I think I don't want to promote it here. If I don't promote it, then the rook is scared. which is what I want. Aha! This is turning into a very fucking interesting game of shogi. Holy shit. This is wild. What is my maneuver to win? How do I put myself in a position where I can win? Because that's the key that I'm missing right now. This bishop knight combo over here is really frustrating because the angles that I would and the king being up where it's at is also very difficult to deal with. I have a lot of pawns to play with, but not a lot of smart plays with them. He has no threat on this pawn that I have advanced very far up the board so far. He has no play on any of the pieces that I've got locked in over here. I think my option here, if I push this and he doesn't take it, that's fine. I'm going to take his pawn next turn. If he does take it, then I take with the rook. Even with, I've got something covering this piece, but the key with the promoted rook here is that I can finally apply some fucking pressure to this bishop. Okay. That's fine. It was ultimately a pawn for pawn, but the thing is, he developed one of his pieces in a way that I can attack. That's the key. Also, this gold general isn't even really a threat. Like, what it's doing there is laughable. It's barely memorable as a move. Mostly because I feel like the thing that he's forgetting is that I've got 10 pawns on in my prison. So if I just place a pawn here, I threaten that gold general. Now, he can follow through with his move and sack his gold general for a pawn, and I'm going to take it with my silver general, and he can't do shit about that. Or he could use his gold to try to take this pawn, which the gold general is then covered by this bishop. So me choosing to use my silver general to take back the gold would be a bit of a costly expenditure as far as resources go. Actually, you know what? Fuck all those moves. The real move is right here. If I threaten his bishop with mine, he has one of two choices. Yeah, this is mate or trade right here. Which, I mean, I guess if it's smart enough to realize that then it's gonna trade. Which I don't know if I necessarily like. Yeah. You know what the interesting thing about shogi is? Normally, this would be a very powerful move in chess. Ah, well, this is not a move. Well, no, this is a move you can do in chess if this was the chessboard setup, more or less. Where the opponent basically has to lose their bishop for your bishop. But because I have more pieces on my side of the field, that's advantageous to me and disadvantageous to them because they're down that piece. The weird thing about shogi is that trading pieces is actually more advantageous for the person who makes the first move of the trade because they can then replace the piece that they are going to lose in the trade back on the board and basically not even be like, if we do this, if I place this here and he takes, he has my bishop. So on my turn, when I counter take with my pawn, on his next turn, he can just fucking put the bishop right back where I tried to move it from with the trade. And no ground is gained or lost except my pawn moved up a square. So I could just move my pawn up a square. That's the most fascinating thing about being able to replay. I feel like that one particular difference in evolution and change from the way chess works to the way shogi works makes one of the most common situations in chess completely. It changes it completely because piece trades are no longer effective ways to remove threatening pieces from your opponent's board if you have the advantage. It's just both sides gets to reposition that piece. So what the fuck do I do on my turn? Do I put him in check with the knight? Do I commit to that move? The interesting thing about putting him in check with the knight is that depending on where he goes, he may actually open up his back knight to being targeted by a promoted knight. If I put him in check and he moves his knight here, his king here, which might be the move he's looking for to try to put pressure on this. Well, oh wait, he can't. The only choice he has is to move his king back. Because he can't move it here, he can't move it here because of my promoted rook is right there. The see-through hand is sometimes hard to keep track of where some pieces are. I wish it was just a little cursor. He has to move his king back. He can't take the piece that's generating the check. So that means nothing else on the board can move. So he has to move his king back one. Bro, I think I might actually have mate. Oh, no, I don't. Because the knight will be in the way. Oh, but I might be close. If we go knight here, and he moves his king back. If my next turn is knight to here, and I get it promoted. Promoted knight is gold general. So it will cover this square, which is also my attack point for my promoted rook. So if I go knight here, king move back, and I go knight here, I don't think he can. There are a couple of moves that he can do that saves him from mate. but it's going to cost him. It's going to cost him a lot. Because then I'm going to move my promoted knight here and take his bishop. So he has one turn to decide whether or not he can still win the game or he gets mated. And pretty much the only thing he can do is move this gold general over one. But if he does that, I can take with the pawn. It won't be defended. Let's play this out. Let's see what happens.
王手
That is, yep. He's scrambling. This is him being like, I don't have any other choice. I have to play your knight onto the board in order to delay the game one turn. Otherwise, I lose. That was literally what this move was. So he moves the gold general there on his downturn, which is actually... not what I expected, but it's a good move. But I'm still going to take his fucking bishop. I'm going to get that motherfucker out of there. I will trade a knight, which I have a very easy way of dealing with him having, to get this bishop out of here. And gold generals can't attack diagonals. So if he takes with the gold general, I can shove my lance. What is promoted lance? Gold general. So, okay. That doesn't work out as good as I want it to. We just have two gold generals diagonal from each other. That knight still gets to live. Do I take the bishop or do I take the knight? Or no. That's not good. I was thinking, what if I push this pawn right now? It can get taken 4 ways to Sunday. But doing that... just trying to figure out... oh, nice. What we got? Oh. Oh, okay. Interesting. Just trying to get those $5 off. Smart. Smart. This is intense. How do we want to do this? Is the tricky question. That gold general is a really interesting development on his part that I wasn't entirely expecting. Ooh! I have no pawn in this file. What if I just shove hard? The only piece that can attack this square right now on his side is his gold general that he just moved. If he doesn't do that, I take his bishop for free. I have my promoted rook covering this. So if he takes, then I get to move my promoted rook up to the same spot, add a ton of coverage to everything, completely safe, and then I take his bishop next turn anyway. Can't stop me. I'll put him in check and start the check walk, and just start destroying his pieces. So he virtually has no move here. While this isn't necessarily threatening any particular advantage, putting pressure on his piece like this is super important. The bishop has nowhere safe to go. Except back in... Oh, no, the corner isn't even safe. But I need another piece to apply pressure here. You know what? How about this? I'll do you one better. We can put the lance right here. In a totally safe spot where nothing can even attack it and trade with it. And this lance can just charge straight in. He can move a gold general over. He can... Is this the move? I think this is the move. Yeah, I mean, he moves his bishop to the most safe square that it could move to. But the thing is, I don't care that his bishop moves there. I'm trying to win the game. So I'm... Oh my god, my headset fucking shut off again. What the fuck is going on, man? I must be getting some, like, RF interference or something. So, if I push this, it's covered, so the knight can't take it. The gold general can't take back diagonal anyway. And he's in check. And then I move my knight to safety. No. Not my knight, my rook is what I meant to say. Actually, that's not... Oh, wait, me forcing the bishop here had an interesting consequence. Which is that... I didn't fully vet this one square. This one square is such a good move on the AI's part. It's still a trade up for me, but I have to do it this turn. I can't wait. I have to do it right now. It's actually a really, really good move. Unfortunately, a really, really good move is not actually going to be enough to win this game for him.
Oh,
kind of curious to see what he would do. He'll play his silver general somewhere that tries to screw me. I don't know if I want to give him the time of day. But I also don't think that I can keep him under threat here, is the other tricky thing. Is I actually don't have another piece that can keep him in check where he's at right now. I need to remove more of his pieces from the board. I thought there was rook or a king, bishop or a king. Full general, full general. Okay. I don't have a piece that moves fully like a queen in shogi either. Which is honestly what makes getting mates relatively simple in regular chess. So not having that is tricky. Is what I want. I want my rook to be my queen and just swipe this gold general out of here. Just get it out of here. It's causing me a lot of problems and a lot of grief right now. Just get it out of there. Once again, this poses the same problem. If I'm proposing a trade by placing this here, what I actually end up doing is just allowing him to reposition his piece, which I don't want to do. This, on the other hand, is aggressive, mean, dirty, and underhanded. And I like it. The problem with this move here is that the setup isn't actually quite there, so he gets a turn to counterplay. Wait, what does a promoted knight function as? Gold general. Why is... Oh, but he is covering that piece. We're good. But he has no coverage. But if I put the knight here, he would. And I put pressure on this gold general, which he can either respond to by moving towards me. Should be fine because I'm going to put him in check and then take his piece. Oh, actually, if he did that... Oh, but it's covered by this. I'm going to try this here. He took that? Oh, wait. You know what? That's actually really bad what I just did. I just did a bad thing. Why do I do that to myself? He took a silver general. Well, I'm going to take...
王手
Oh, you can't keep this up, you say? I agree.
Vote.
Pawn, eh? Weird strat. Oh, that knight deployment just is so smart. Except it doesn't account for one thing.
Vote.
Archer!
Oh, actually, that was really smart. Fuck. Okay, fair. Well played. Good shit. Do I take his rook and give him a bishop? If I try that... Oh, I see the play. Oh, shit, it doesn't go that far. Damn, dude. Yeah, I'm actually in trouble here. I'm actually in big trouble. Fuck. Can't place... I don't think I can place this here. Shit. Okay, hold on. Let's think. Fuck. Yeah, that's a... He's made a couple of really smart ones. I'm on the back foot here a little bit. He's looking to stack up some pretty valuable pieces here on in his prison. Oh wait. Well, no, that's not good either. He has me stuck. I'm gonna lose something. I mean, if he wants his bishop back, I guess that's fine. I can't afford to lose the rook, I don't think. The only question is, with threatening with a pawn like this, where if he loses the knight's coverage... No, that doesn't stop his move. That doesn't stop his move at all. How do we do this? How do we do this? Do we just place the bishop here so that when the knight moves to take, I take back? And then what? He plays his other knight? And then I've lost both bishops for knights? That doesn't work. That doesn't work in my favor. Yeah. I'm trying not to screw it up. I have no takebacks, so I'm really considering every move that I make. I think I can win if I'm not stupid. Wait, don't I just put the bishop here? Don't I just put the second bishop right here, and then he can't move his knight to take my bishop? I feel like that's exactly what we do here. I mean, and I can even put it back here and make it ultra safe. I feel like all we have to do is pin down his knight here so that he can't move it and take my bishop, and then I do whatever I want. Yeah, I think that's what we do. Let's just put this... Question is here, or do I promote it automatically by putting it here? No, I don't... Will it promote? Will it promote if I... Optional. Yeah, so I won't promote. I don't think it will. I kind of want to know, though. If it does, that would be outstanding. It doesn't. He says he knows my every move. But he moved his rook over one, which I think only gives his king a chance to move, but it's going to be too late. Like, his next move is like, oh, if I just move the king over, then I can move my knight and still get his bishop. But his knight's going to be dead after his next move by my pawn. So this doesn't actually help him. Okay. He put me in check with a silver general. Great. I will take your knight. And that was a good choice. I will agree. A great lance movement. And you can keep check chaining me if I'm not careful here. So let's make sure you are in a position that you cannot do that. Oh, wait. Did he put me in check with this? Yo, bro. Yeah, this is safe. It's not safe. Nope, it's not safe. That pawn is right there. Ugh, the pieces, man. The pieces. I gotta take another bite. Step back. Let myself chill out. Take a deep breath. No stupid mistakes.
Archer!
He took my piece. He took my fucking rook.
Oh!
And put me in check with it. Shit. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? He just gave me that rook for free. Right back to me. And now he loses on my turn. Nope, he's got one square that his king can go to. Fuck. There we go. Okay, we got out of that. That was a bit of a scare.
Rote.
Sha!
Bro. Bro. He knows he's about to lose. He's just desperate. He's desperate for anything to make it so that he doesn't lose. So he's just throwing everything at the wall. This pawn is actually kind of screwing me up here a little bit. I think I'm going to sack this silver general. It's a block for my rook. It puts him in check. He can't take it with his king. His only choice is to take it with the rook. Or I guess he could move out of check, probably. Yeah, he can move out of check right now. I need to take this fucking rook. Hold on. We need to figure out a plan that forces him to give me his rook. I don't want a rook trade here. What I want is his for me. Nothing else. How do I get his rook? See, what I was thinking of doing is placing the silver general down. If he had nowhere else to move his king to, all he can do is move his king over to the left one. If he couldn't move it to the left, I would have a lock. I would be able to shut down his rook and take it. The problem is that he does have that out. My other thought was if the piece that I place in check with is up here, and that forces his gold general to take it, that's not a bad choice either. Like a promoted pawn here, this promoted pawn can move here, which would put him in check. And then the only thing he can either do is, yeah, he can either move the piece away or take it with his gold general. And if he does that, actually, that's not as good for me as I want it to be. Taking it with his gold general does open him up to being able to take my take back with his king. So that's not as especially as good of a plan as I thought it was. So we'll just pretend that I wasn't thinking about doing something stupid like that. And as long as everybody pretends, it'll be like it never happened. However, I could do something like super mean and cheeky, like place my gold general right here, which he cannot take with his king or any other piece. And I can just kind of screw with him like that a little bit. I have enough gold generals that I can just start stacking them along until I can kill this rook. Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Fuck this guy. I will lose this silver general in the process, but because I place this one here, he moves to the left. He can't take it, and he has to get out of check, so he moves to the left, right? And I place another gold general right next to it. Well, his king is here now, and I need it to move away, but away is going to take this piece as a casualty in that process, but I get his rook out of it on my next turn. So I think it's worth it. I think it's super duper worth it, because the rook, besides his pawns, the gold, the lance, and the pawn here, the rook is his last good piece. So, boop. Oh. Or that's checkmate? Oh, wait, because the silver general, I win! I did it! I fucking won! Oh my god, I forgot. The Silver General is blocking that square. That whole time I forgot about that. That was it. That was the move. We unlocked it. Holy shit. That's the smartest I will be for about a week. Yep. That moment when you checkmate your opponent and you weren't planning on checkmating him. I wonder how long I had him in mate and I just didn't make the move. All right, well now I gotta know what match 5 looks like. Match 5 is probably like way hard. I go first with free pawn development? What is this? Oh, he has 2 rooks and 2 bishops. Oh, this game's gonna suck. This is the last one. If we can win this one, I don't have to play shogi again anymore, which would be great. This is it. This could be the big finale. But once again, they've said, you know what? We don't think you get to have the good pieces, and if I don't even get a rook and a bishop this time, instead of having 4 gold generals against my 4 silvers, I have 4 silvers against the double bishop, double rook squad up there, which is not a position I want to be in, to be honest. Well, that was fast.
待った。
Oh my goodness. What is wrong with me, dude? Oh, I see. I can move the lance up 1, that's fine. Oh, you're still gonna move back in here and... Oh. Yeah, what do you... What do you do? What are you gonna do when I eventually get a piece back in here that can deal with your bullshit that you've done? Hmm? What are you gonna do then? In fact, I'm gonna block your ass in, and I'm just gonna take that piece. Yep. Too bad. My bishop now. That's how you want to play? That's how we'll play. Swoop in and take my shit.
よーし
Oops.
待った。
Didn't see that. Fair enough. You won't move the knight. That's okay. I didn't want to move it that bad anyway. Yep, take-backs are gone. It was nice while they were here for us, but now they, unfortunately, are all gone. Oh, I haven't replayed her bishop. I should do that, shouldn't I? Oh, bold strategy. Do you not care about that lance that you got up there? Oh, you know what? I just realized why it could do that. My silver general doesn't have any backup. So if I move it up to take this pawn, then I just fucking lose the general too. You can just place pieces whenever, wherever. Not quite. Not quite. It is kind of like that, but not exactly. There's a little bit more.
やった
Why, you think because you've got a promoted pawn up in here, you're gonna like ruin my day or what? I mean, that does kind of ruin my day, yes, but okay, actually, it really ruins my day. You're right. You're right. Basically, the way that it works is when you have okay, so there are very limited rules for placing pieces from the prison. When you capture an opponent's piece, they go in this little section down here, right? And on your turn, you can place a piece back onto the board from the prison. The thing with it is that specifically pawns, you cannot place a pawn in a file where there is already a pawn. So that's one limiting rule on replacements. So if I had a pawn in my prison, the only file that I can place it on right now is this file right here. Because I've already got a pawn on this one, there. So I only have one valid spot for a pawn to go currently, if I were to capture a pawn. There are also some more niche rules. The rules call out. You cannot drop a pawn onto the same... That's the one I was just talking about. You cannot drop a pawn where it checkmates the king. And you cannot drop a piece on a square from which it is unable to move. So those are the only rules. Those are the only rules as far as actually dropping pieces goes. Otherwise, it's fair game. That does mean that if I wanted to promote this piece, dropping it towards the back so that it could be promoted on the next turn is not a bad idea. But I'm actually going to put this piece right here. I think this actually gets me the perfect advantage that I want, which is that I can trade a lance up for a rook if she decides to get greedy and take either of the pieces to the side here. And if she doesn't, next turn that piece dies.
よーし
Fuck. Let's just go ahead and restart this one. Let's go ahead. I don't think that one's going to go very well for me at that point. I learned some things about the strategy in that one, and it's a little tricky. And I think we're just going to give it another shot. It's only $5. It's 5 USD every time. 500 yen. No sweat. Okay, so things to watch for. She's going to try to open up these two bishop paths down this way to try to attack either these pawns or this lance. So developing the right side initially, not super important.
やっ
Already, right? You see that? Immediately, she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him." Which, you know what? Okay, so that means I should probably just move this piece up, and then move this silver general to defend him on my next turn. Is what I should do. I can also still defend with my knight until I can make that dream. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. All right. All right. My opening move is not strong. I get it. My opening move, not good. Need to revise the opening move. The opening move, the better opening move, is to ignore my very slight compulsion for straight lines. And instead, just
やった
make that defensive move. There. Can't get in. You can move your pawns all you want. You're not getting in here. This shit is locked down, okay? Don't even try. I'm sick and tired of your horse shit swinging your bishops in as soon as you can. I'm over it. Yeah, your plan didn't work out so great for you, did it? This is such an interesting thing that I've seen all the AI do, is position their generals in a way that they can protect the king. I've noticed that's a very strong... See, I think what my goal here is to be... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I've got a weak pawn right here. And I don't have anybody who can get in range to save it. That pawn is doomed. Goodbye, pawn. Fuck.
待った
Ah! Yeah, change your tune a little bit, eh? I need to get these other silver generals up to the front line here. Yeah, I see what you're trying to do, and I don't like it. Could you just not? I'm trying to develop my pieces as quick as possible. But you just... Oh, really? You want to make that trade?
すごい
Oh, I'm stupid. That's why you want to make that trade. Alright, well, let's just maybe give this one more shot.
参った
Holy shit. She is ruthless. She pushed that pawn so hard that I forgot I had a rook behind it. I go first. I block
よーし
like this. And then, this time... we develop our silver generals into meaningful positions. Fucking hell. She attacks so fast. Can't move both.
待った
Okay. I have pieces in a formation that maybe doesn't suck completely. I still need to get other pieces active. Okay. Sure, I like that play mostly. What, are you going to push this one all the way up, or are you going to stop there like a chicken shit again? I think you're just going to stop there. You don't actually have any backup. Oh my god, what is happening right now? The pawn formation is just a nightmare to look at right now. My goodness. Okay, moved the bishop back. Why? Periodic background noise? What periodic background noise? Me? What do I do? What do I do? Oh yeah. Oh, it's people dumping shogi pieces out of a bag onto a board. I know the thing you're referring to. Yeah, yep, dice rolling. Yeah, it's the wooden pieces. It's the wooden pieces clacking on a board. But yeah, I know exactly. I can hear it too. I know exactly which sound you're referring to. I think I take this here. Because then if he pushes his lance, I'm just going to move my silver general to the safety of my knight. And, like, he could take my knight. So then he's up pawn knight. And I've got pawn. And then my lance takes his knight, but then I lose my silver general. Oh, you've put me in a sticky situation. But if I wait and he takes pawn, and then I take here, he can push pawn again to try to threaten my knight. Oh, and he'll get my knight in the end. I was thinking I could take another pawn here. I don't know what the right call here is. Do I have the knight take it? I think actually that's maybe the right call. So I have the knight take, and the silver general covers the knight where it's at. And then even if the pawn pushes, then I'm in a bit of a... Well, the pawn can push and take my pawn. And then if my silver general is out of the way, then I can wait until... Yeah, let's try that. I don't know. This may not be the right call, but...
すごい
You know my every move? We just traded pawns, so I don't know if I get that excited about it. Because what I don't want to do is take here. But what I do want to do... Oh, shit, I can't move it to the side. That's the thing that I forgot about the silver general. Do-do-do-do. Fuck. Well. I mean, I can take it back. I can take back 2
待った
and be out of takebacks and still be in the same not great position. But if I move this first. Oh, interesting. Oh, wait, I remember why I didn't do that. It's because I have no coverage for the pawn after it takes that piece. And now it's going to get to promote for free, which is a huge bummer. Oh, no, it's not promoting for free. I'm going to end its pawny little life. Oh, immediately trying to take advantage of a weak pawn, eh? Now what the fuck are you doing? Well, you want to try and hit this? Or this? You can't get those. Oh shit, I can't move it there. Ah, fuck me. Oh, I see. You just wanted to defend it as it moved up. I mean, that's admirable, I suppose. But I'm just gonna let you take that pawn. I have no need to trade the other way. I'm gonna finally get my revenge on this one right here. So, oh, I don't have takebacks. Fuck. Come on, man. Yes, well, aren't we clever? Aren't we clever with our promoted pawn? Yeah, actually, you know what? I had a better play the whole time that I didn't make in time, so now it's too late to make it. Which is not really what you like to hear, but it is the current situation. Oh, I'm going to lose a general here, and that's just going to have to be the way it is. Yep. This is probably a bust at this point. Because now, yeah, she's just going to keep playing shit to take advantage of my,
参った
Let's take a quick break. I'm going to go grab something to drink. I won't be gone long. I think I'll probably pause the shogi for now. I'm going to go do other things and try to let my brain reset so I can try to take on that opponent later. But break first. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm gonna give it one more honest to goodness try. Because I just remembered that I need money before I do any of the other things that I want to do. I don't have enough right now. So, this is cheap and easy. Well, cheap and hard, but easy. But hard.
よーし やった
What have I done? Oh. My knight's stuck. Yeah. She got me again. Without rooks and bishops, this is a really hard
待った
position to
Mata.
defend. Dude, what the fuck is going on with my headset today? I've never had this much of a problem with it before. I don't know why. Might have to restart the base or something. Tried swapping the battery just to see if maybe the charge indicator was wrong, but that doesn't seem to be the case. It's just periodically shutting off for no reason. Hmm. What the fuck? Bro.
よーし
Oh my god.
参った
I have no idea how you're supposed to approach attacking on this. I can't sit on the defensive forever because I don't have pieces that I can move forever.
Yatta!
First two moves are like super easy and obvious. It's developing all of the other pieces in a meaningful way that's like hard. Sticking me with the same conundrum as last time, eh?
Matta. Matta.
So I just can't do that unless I develop my king to this side.
Yoshi!
Dude,
Matta.
this AI is... Oh, I can't move it back again. This AI is fucking ruthless. Oh, fuck.
Sugoi.
What do you mean, You have a fucking... You have my gold general. That is not Get the fuck out of here with that shit. You swiped that shit from me so fast? You do not get to complain about that, lady. Yeah, you're gonna have to move that rook further back than that. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I know. I knew you were gonna do that. Oh, that actually is really bad for me because that means that this pawn is now going to be vulnerable, and I can't take back that move that I made. But there wasn't really any other choice other than to do what I did. I stand by it. It was just I was in a shitty spot. The only thing that I can fucking do is move the king here. Wait, you played to put me in check there? Really? Why not just take this? See, now you did what I thought you were going to do. That game's over.
参った。
Oh, man, it's so hard. How many attempts? Probably like 25 or 30. Maybe more. It was a lot. Oh, I missed that. Oh. Wait, she's stuck. She can't save her bishop. She can. Fuck. She can. It has literally one safe spot. But if she moves it there, then it's fucked. Yeah, that's about the only thing that you could have done. And you will, in fact, get a silver general out of it, which is bullshit, but... Oh. Fuck. This is probably not going to work out. Was that piece? That piece was undefended? Fuck, it was. This is not going well.
よーし
I don't see how placing that pawn there gets you out of trouble here yet, but okay. Yeah, I see what you're trying to do. Unfortunately for you, the potency of your pawns is a little not as good as you wish it was.
やるわね
Yeah, and you can put me in check. That is true. And you can put me in check again. And I'll just... Boy, you're just not willing to let that pawn die, eh? Unrelenting. Or that bishop. She just really wants to save that fucking bishop. And it died in the end anyway. You sacrificed it. For nothing, for a pawn. What are you doing? You've gone crazy with power. Oh my god, you're doing it again. Will you stop it? Just stop placing your pieces in front of mine. Knock it off. Ugh. She's so salty that she lost her 2 bishops. She has no piece advantage right now. Oh, was that my piece? Ah, fuck me. Hold on. I'm taking that back. That was my piece. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Fuck, I was gonna try to defend this, but she's gonna stick me with the same bullshit that she always does. Where since she took a pawn, she can place a pawn, which means that I end up in a shitty situation. Well, you know what? I was gonna say enough's enough, but I don't think I can actually... Wait! 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 You wanna keep playing rough and tumble placey place? I'll play rough and tumble placey place. I'll take one of those rooks. I'll do it. You can have the silver general. I don't care. I don't care about it. Oh, I do care a little bit about it, but I don't care that much about it.
Yatta.
Fine.
よーし。
She took the silver and the gold, didn't she? Yeah, alright. Well, that was a pretty good play.
すごい。
I'll give you that. That was actually a decent play. Being able to take both of them. You know what's an even better play, though? Getting on your bullshit in the back line with my bishop. I think that's a great play. Maybe like right here so you can't stop me? You could sack your gold general to try to buy time, which doesn't work in this game. Yeah. Well, actually the problem here is that she can move that gold general into position to block the knight from being taken. Or I could fork your rook and make you waste a move. Oh, but I can't go around. Can't go around this pawn because of the silver general. It's defending it with its rear. But wait, I have a rook now. Why am I even putzing and futzing around? This is like very nearly checkmate. Actually, no, it's not. I take that back. That's a stupid statement. Still, it can still block with the gold general movement. Oh, wait, no, it can't move there. Actually, you know what? If I block this square, I could mate in two if she doesn't have a move to counter me dropping a bishop on this line right here, which she doesn't currently. I wonder if the AI will see this. This could be terrible or glorious. In fact, I'm going to put it here. Just for that added extra little bit of coverage. If she's like super duper smart, she'll move the gold general that's north of the king. Oh wait, no, that's still not mate. Because I'd have to get rid of that gold general. I wish I had a lance. I could slap a lance here and a bishop here and a rook there. That's a lot of moves, though, obviously. It's a lot of moves where a lot of things could change in a short period of time. Where it seems unlikely that anything would change. I do think I'm going to place the rook here, though. So I think I'm going to put the rook here, and then I'm going to follow it up by placing a pawn right fucking there. And he can move up to take it, but then I promote my rook. And then I place another pawn right in front of the king anyway. Immediate attack with the gold general. What say you to my pawn?
やるわね
Place me in check. This is a good move. Can you keep placing me in check? Yes. Smart. Oh boy, you're just giving me the business right now, aren't you? Oh.
Vote.
It's actually a really smart play that I didn't envision. I pretty much have to win now or I lose, by the way. I don't know if that's obvious to anybody or not, but if I don't win now, I lose.
Vote. Vote.
Hmm. Yeah, I just couldn't quite pull it out here. Got some things that feel like they were close and not terrible ideas, but ultimately they didn't end up amounting to very much. So I think this one is just gonna have to be a loss. Yeah, see, I was kind of afraid that if I overplayed my hand here, that I would be in deep doo-doo. This piece has nothing protecting it right now, though.
よーし
Oh, yeah, that was pretty smart, I suppose. Yeah. She's right. That's just...
Might.
Just get out of that with my dignity. Oh,